All right, today we're going to do something a little different. We're putting on our lab coats to give a full financial checkup to Software Service Co. Now, these guys are a major player in Japan's medical IT scene. We've got their latest annual report right here, and we're going to break it down like a doctor's chart to see just how healthy this company really is. So, let's dive in. A company's financial report isn't just a boring page of numbers. It's a story. It's a chart of vital signs that tells you everything. Is the company thriving? Is it just kind of getting by? Or is it in need of some serious help? So let's read the chart for Software Service Co. What's their story? Well, the diagnosis is in, and it's a completely clean bill of health. In fact, it's better than clean. This company is showing some incredibly strong vital signs. We're talking peak condition, firing on all cylinders. Now, this is where the story gets really impressive. The report itself points out that the wider economy is, well, it's uncertain. And yet, against that tough background, Software Service Co. didn't just grow. Every single key metric of profitability went up. That's the sign of a business that is seriously resilient. So let's get down to the actual numbers. What does this healthy year really look like on the chart? The evidence you'll see is pretty compelling. First up, top-line sales, up over 10%. Right away, that tells us that demand for what they're selling is strong and it's growing at a really healthy clip. More and more hospitals and clinics are buying their systems. But here's where it gets even better. Operating profit grew faster than sales, up over 15%. This is so crucial. It means they aren't just selling more, they're actually getting more efficient and profitable at their core business. That's a huge win. And that efficiency, it carries all the way down to the bottom line. Net income, that's the final profit after all the bills and taxes are paid, jumped by nearly 15%. This is the number that really proves a company's financial health. And just to put these percentages into perspective, we are not talking about small numbers here. As you can see, sales grew to over 42 times billion yen, and that net income, the final profit, blew past 6 billion yen. That is real, substantial growth. So what's fueling this engine? A massive, almost 37% jump in their order backlog. Now, this is the pipeline of signed deals they haven't even started on yet. It's one of the best crystal balls you can have for future health, and it's telling us this strong performance is probably going to continue. But look, these numbers don't exist in a vacuum. To really understand them, we need to zoom out and look at the context. What's happening in Japan that's driving all this success? The answer lies in a huge national shift. And that shift is called healthcare DX, or digital transformation. Basically, it's a nationwide effort to solve some of the country's biggest challenges by dragging its healthcare system into the digital age. And what are those challenges? Well, Japan is facing a perfect storm. A rapidly aging population, a shrinking workforce, a shortage of doctors and nurses, and skyrocketing costs. Then you throw in the constant threat of cyber attacks and old, creaky computer systems, and you've got a system that is under immense pressure. And this is exactly where Software Service Co. comes in. Their electronic health records and other IT systems, they aren't just products. They are the exact prescription needed to treat these big, systemic problems. They help hospitals get more efficient, more secure, and more sustainable. So, the company is healthy today, and the market environment couldn't be better. But any good checkup includes a prognosis, right? We have to look ahead. What does the forecast for the coming year tell us? And here, we find a little bit of a puzzle. The forecast for 2026 shows sales and operating profit are going to keep growing by nearly 5%. That's great. But take a look at the net income. It's projected to fall by about 2%. So that raises a question, doesn't it? If the core business is getting bigger and more profitable, why on earth would the final profit number go down? Is this some hidden symptom, a red flag we missed? The answer is no. This isn't a symptom of sickness at all. In fact, it's the total opposite. It's a sign that the company is making a smart, strategic investment in its own long-term health. So here's the simple explanation. The company is tearing down an old employee dormitory to build a brand new office building. The cost of that demolition is a one-time expense that gets recorded in the 2026 fiscal year. So this special loss, as they call it, temporarily pushes the net income down, but it has nothing to do with the day-to-day health of the business. And if you need more proof of their financial strength, just look at how they manage their cash. This chart tells a really powerful story.
They generated over 3.2 billion yen from their core business, they invested 1.5 billion of that back into the company, and they still had enough left to return over 700 million to shareholders as dividends. That is a very, very healthy flow of cash. And the company's totally upfront about why they're making this investment. They are building this new office to make room for more employees as they grow and to solidify their top dog position in the entire medical IT market for years to come. It's a classic case of spending money to make even more money down the road.
So let's wrap this up with our final diagnosis. The vitals? Excellent. Strong, consistent growth. The underlying condition? Fantastic. They're solving an essential problem in a market with guaranteed demand. And the prognosis? Excellent. They are wisely investing today to make sure they are even stronger tomorrow. And this all leaves us with a bigger question to think about. We've seen a company that's financially healthy because it's helping create a healthier medical system. As technology and healthcare become even more tangled up together, it really makes you wonder, what does a truly healthy digital future really look like for all of us?